This is an overwhelming moment for so many nonprofit leaders. On one hand, they are going to see an increase in the number of clients that are vulnerable and need their services. And on the other hand, there is a very real fear in the nonprofit world that just like in the last recession, there was a drawdown in some philanthropy, that we're going to see a philanthropic and potentially even a hit by government grants as resources need to get devoted elsewhere. And so this is an overwhelming time for all of us. We need to work remotely. We need to have self-care. On top of all of that, nonprofit leaders are faced with the twin issues of having increased demand for their services and potential decrease in support at the same time. My recommendation to nonprofit leaders is to truly think about every stakeholder that needs to hear from you and to be constantly communicating, because this is a moment where your strategy needs to be known by all of those stakeholders. So first among those groups is your teams. They need to understand why your mission matters more than ever and how in this new environment they can continue to support the urgency of that mission in a meaningful way, whether it's through remote learning or other ways that they can make a difference as heroes in this moment. A second community that needs to hear from you is your donors. They need to understand why supporting you is more important than ever. They may have less resources today than they did a month ago. They may have more fear today than they did a month ago. They need to truly know what you're trying to achieve in this changed world and how they are individually key to making that solution possible. And so I encourage direct outreach, especially to your major givers, and regular communications to all. There are many other communities that need to hear from you, but the final thing I would say is make sure you take self-care. Ultimately, you need to be a role model for your team and for your donors in how to meet this moment with yourself and your own care at the center.